So, late last night, there was a raid at the home of the Bradys. Mike Brady did go in for questioning earlier, where he did admit to having an ongoing relationship with the former podcast host, Big Pat. Ironically, his wife, who said she tolerated everything, this was just one more stab in the back from her husband, Mike Brady. Carol Brady was a follower of the Feisty Yeltons, where she would go and she would spend literally thousands of dollars to the teachings of Big Pat. However, again, so this is something that she couldn't take anymore. So the murder of Big Pat is now behind bars. And once again, Mike Brady had absolutely nothing to do with the crime. Carol Brady's trial is set for March of 2020.
Mike came over to tell me that I was a good neighbor. Alice and him and the bunch were moving right outside Dollvill. After everything that had happened, they needed a little privacy. Alice winked at me from the U-Haul truck, and just like that, they were all gone. I walked out to the mailbox and an envelope addressed to me. I opened it up, and it was pictures of Patty and I when we were younger. I hadn't seen those photos in years. It was sent from B. She was at the extended stay in downtown Dollvill and wanted me to swing by. I wanted to call Jess and see what I should do about this, but it was Tuesday and I already knew where Jess was, at Starbucks. So I took my chances and I met B at the extended stay. She told me she found those photos next to a letter that Patty was in preparation of sending to me. She said the letter was never finished, then she said she lost it later on, then she even said her cat peed on it. So many different stories, and I never asked for one. So something just didn't add up. Why was Patty trying to write to me? B pretended she wanted to know a lot about me, but she didn't want to know anything. I learned that she was at this stay until her mother's gaudy mansion was made over to something that she could live in for free. She said she had followers. She even bragged that some of the 35 women that were missing, that she was now, quote, raising their children, unquote. The fathers couldn't do it, she said. And while she laughed, she was fostering all of them, and that they were all magical. I didn't understand a thing she was saying. They were still Yellowtons, but B Yellow is what she renamed them, and got rid of the ugly yellow hats that went with nothing that she owned, and dyed their hair blue. She showed me the last photo of her and her mother that they had taken together. She said it was the day that she arrived, and she was all for it after hearing that her parents was getting back together, only to know that Patty was secretly having an affair with the man who had built her house. Patty was teaching everyone, and Patty was teaching her daughter the family business. B wasn't impressed until she saw how much money was coming in from these teachings. I asked her, what did I have to do with any of this? She said my mom told me a lot about you. You could either beat me or join me. Can you believe that? I mean, have you ever been in a competition that you didn't even know that you were part of? And here I was in competition with my ex-best friend's daughter that I didn't even know existed. I didn't bother to waste my time answering her. She followed me out to the elevator, and she said, you might want to stand down. I mean, this wicked little bitch smiled at me. I told her, just like her mother, she can get it too. Yep, this was definitely Patty's daughter. I would speak with Jess later that week, and she told me she was going to Starbucks no more and not waiting on her mother anymore. I was happy to hear that. But she said that she wanted to show me something. So I met her at Maria Gary's School of Art. I couldn't believe what I saw. It was artwork of us from the day that we had met, and it was beautiful. She said she originally titled it Equals, and then she changed it to Friends. I agreed. I liked Friends much better. Jess told me she was going to the UK for inspiration for her artwork and that she would be back in 6 months. She invited me. Though there wasn't anything for me to do in Dollvill, I didn't want to get in her way. I did say that we would email and talk often. She told me she was now looking for someone to stay at the condo for 6 months. I couldn't afford it. She told me she paid in advance, which means I could stay there rent-free, just pay utilities and watch her place. And even though the Bradys were gone, I accepted the offer. This would give me a push to save for a better place of my own, to look for a better job, and to stay at the Bacardi condos. I couldn't wait. I watched my friend leave Dollvill. I was happy for her, and I was also thankful for her as well. I went home to call my landlord and to tell her I would be out by the end of the month. I had a yard sale over the weekend to help with my moving expenses. The last night in my old house, I had a nightmare. B invited me over to her mother's house, which was now remodeled, and when the gate opened up, it went ablaze. It almost killed me. My dreams would always warn me. This one was telling me to stay away from B.